Good day, my name is Nicolene Rose Amcaneva. Today, I will discuss the integrating media literacy in the curriculum, major skills, approaches to teaching media literacy, utilizing media across disciplines, assessing and evaluating media literacy work, and the key concepts on literacy work. First, we will discuss the integrating media literacy in the curriculum. Um, we should incorporate media literacy in our classroom because it provides students with skills that will help them foremost think critically about media. It is also cultivates other 21st century skills like creativity, collaboration, and communication, as well as increasing digital literacy skills through interacting with media, information, and technology. In the year of 2018, Lynch presented 6 ways to integrate media literacy into the classroom for students to become media literate while making media education a meaningful and integrated part of classroom practice. So, here are the 6 ways to integrate media literacy. First, teach students to evaluate media. Students must be taught how to evaluate media. For example, teachers need to discuss bias and sources by showing students that media changes depending on who produced it, who the intended audience is, and what the biases may be attributed to the source. This will help students learn to evaluate what they are viewing. Next, show students where to find digital resources and databases. Teachers should also provide students with reliable media sources. This means teaching students how to evaluate websites and digital resources for trustworthy content. For instance, there are several databases designed for students to use for safe resources. Next is compare or contrast various media resources. When you are discussing, compare or contrast various media sources. For example, when you cover a news story, have students read the story from different sources. Then, when you are discussing films or television, compare elements. Next, discuss how the media edit and alters. Purposely point out examples of media altering photographs or stories. Teach students to be leery or careful of what they see or read at face value. For instance, when they realize that magazines have been altered, it makes a difference in how they perceive themselves. Next, example the truth in advertisement. Have students identify what advertisements are they trying to sell and what promises or ideas are they using to convince you to buy the product. Truth in advertising simply means conveying in one's advertising materials, from print advertisements to TV and radio commercials to Facebook advertisement, only what the company can actually deliver. And last, have student create media. Depending on the grade level, you can have students create presentations, videos, or websites. For example, students can create movie posters of movie trailers. Next, media skills. Although this given little emphasis in the classroom, in the year of 1994, Hubs and Pros presented the skills that students are able to process with the media they use in class. First, reflect on and analyze their own media consumption habits. Media literacy serves the discipline of mass communication research methodology in numerous and diverse ways. Media literacy includes the acquired skills needed to develop awareness of media use or exposure and analyze media messages with an understanding of social or cultural context and effects. This holistic method includes media's use of persuasion, and social change strategies. Understanding media begins by developing consciousness about media consumption, the personal choices and habits of audience. Once audience honestly record and reflect on their own consumption habits, they become aware of immense time spent with media and the potential influence such messages have in their everyday lives. Next, identify the author, purpose, and point of view in films, commercial, television and radio programs, magazine and newspaper editorials, and advertising. It means that analysis skills also improve, including the ability to identify the purpose, target audience, point of view, construction techniques used in media messages, and the ability to identify omitted information from a news media broadcast in written, audio, or visual formats. Third, identify the range of production techniques that are used to communicate options and shape audience response. Clearly, if you want to think critically in this media age, you need to know about more than direct arguments and straightforward claims. You need to understand messages conveyed in a new form of language. Almost without exception, message that reach the largest audience and thus have the most potential impact are communicated via some mediated channels such as television, print, radio, music, or film. Such media do not merely transmit messages in an impartial fashion. Even a situation as basic one person seated at a desk and speaking directly to a television audience is influenced by camera angles, sound equipment, lighting, editing techniques, and stage setting. These techniques operate outside most viewers' awareness, makes them particularly powerful. Production techniques influence us whether we know it or not. Next, identify and evaluate the quality of media's representation of the world by examining patterns, stereotyping, emphasis and omission in print and television news and other media. Identifying and evaluating the quality of media enables people to show and make informed judgment as users of information and media, as well as to become skillful creators and producers of information and media messages in their own right. Next, appropriate the economic underpinnings of mass media industries to make distractions between those media which sell audience to advertisers and which do not. Particular concern to media economics are the economic policies and practices of media companies and disciplines including journalism and the news industry, film production, entertainment programs, print, broadcast, mobile communications, internet, advertising, and public relation. Mass media reach large numbers of people, often across various demographic groupings. Potential for better communication. Mass media's expertise in communicating with consumer may help to overcome the problem of people not understanding quality data. In business, media is used to market products, promote brands, connect to customer, and foster new business. As a communication platform, social media promotes customer feedback and makes it easy for customers to share their experiences with a company. Businesses can respond quickly to positive and negative feedback, address customer problems, and maintain or rebuild customer confidence. Next, understand how media economics shapes messages content. Media economics is the application and study of economic theories and concepts to the media industries. Media economics encompasses all forms of media, including traditional media such as print, broadcasting, music, film, and new media forms such as internet. Um, an understanding of media economics strengthens our understanding of the role and function of mass media in society. As a field of scholarship, media economics research offers important contribution to media studies. And last, gain familiarity and economics in using mass media tools for personal expressions and communication and for purposes of social and political advocacy. Media advocacy is defined as the strategic use of mass media to advance public policy initiatives. Media advocacy is rooted in community advocacy and has its goal the promotion of healthy public policies. It can be differentiated from traditional mass media strategies in a number of ways. Social media has successfully redefined the course of mass communication and information dissemination. It surpasses the reach that the broadcast and print media can cover. It captures basically all types of audience, connecting peoples all over the world. Next is approaches to teaching media literacy. In the year of 2007, Kellner and Scher mentioned three approaches to teaching media literacy that would utilize media in pedagogical practice. First, media arts education approach. This means that it intends to teach students to value the aesthetic qualities of media and the arts while using their creativity for self-expression through creating art and media. Next, media literacy movement approach. It attempts to expand the notion of literacy to include popular culture and multiple forms of media including music, video, internet, advertising, and etc., while working within a print literacy tradition. Next, next and last is critical media literacy approach. It focuses on ideology critiquing and analyzing the politics of presentation of crucial dimensions of gender, race, class, and sexuality, incorporating alternative media production and expanding the textual analysis to include issues of social context, control, resistance, and pressure. Next is assessing and evaluating media literacy work. Just like student output, media-oriented works should be also evaluated assess quality based on standards. Students need regular feedback to be able to reflect on their progress and develop mastery and would remind them that it is an important part of the course. Even though they are receiving messages, they may not know how to truly interpret them. Using media messages to teach reading analysis will not only help your upper elementary students become better readers, but they will also learn how to evaluate what they see, what they hear, and what they read in the media. However, for some teachers, creating assessment and evaluation tools for media education is more challenging than traditional means due to the lack of technical skills. Also, if it is because media educators are about finding the right questions to ask rather than learning the expectation within the rubrics in terms of key concepts of media literacy. As you examine each source, it is important to evaluate each source to determine the quality of the information provided within it. Common evaluation criteria include purpose and intended audience, authority and credibility, accuracy and reliability, currency and timeliness, and objectivity or bias. However, whenever any form of media is being utilized, there should be a reflection at the end by asking students how media form has shaped their thinking, decision making, analysis, choices, values, and interrelationships. Thus, media education based their teaching on key concepts for media literacy, which provide an effective foundation for examining mass media and popular culture. Um, There are key concepts acts as filters that any media text has go through in order to critique and respond. First, media are constructions. Media production are created by individuals who make conscious and unconscious choices about what to include and how to present it. It can assess students' understanding of how media product was created and the analysis of creations, beliefs, or assumption reflected in the content. The audience negotiates meaning. The meaning of any media product is a collaboration between the producers and the audience. It can assess students' understanding of concept and the elements in a relevant medium or product. Next, media have commercial implications. Since most media production is a business, it makes profits and it belongs to a powerful network of corporations that exert influence on content and distribution. It can assess students' knowledge and understanding of the commercial factors influencing the creation of media product and analysis of how media product is influenced by commercial factors or the owner. Media have social and political implications. Media conveyed ideological messages about values, power, and authority, and they can have significant influence in what people think and believe. It can assess students' knowledge and understanding of how this medium communicates ideas and values. And last is, each medium has a unique aesthetic form. The content of media depends in part of the nature of the medium that includes technical, commercial, and storytelling demands. It can assess students' knowledge and understanding of the technical elements of the medium and the tropes, glitch, codes, and convention of the medium and genre.